smaller schools.
Right,
but
right.
many from Bergen County.
Mostly from Bergen County. Ridgefield, well, there's Wallington, Park Ridge, Midland Park.
But also a very familiar foe, Mountain Lakes, also joined.
Mountain Lakes, yeah, they went right with us. They stayed right with us, and when we switched over to the Colonial Hills Conference, we switched together.
3rd and 3 comes up for the Ridgers. They want to hold on to the football here late in the half, excuse me. And he's not going to get much yardage. Corbett Jones with the carry, but he's stuffed immediately. James Skinner, among others, helping with the tackle. And the Verona Hillbillies have called for a timeout. It's 4th down, punting situation. The Ridgers send on their punt team, and Verona wants to preserve the clock. We're guessing a little under 2 minutes to go. Let me remind everyone that coming up at this and every Saturday evening on TV3, you can join us for all the scores on Scoreboard. Scores, highlights, and hey, I'd like to see highlights of this one. I haven't seen much of this game. But Scoreboard comes your way 7:30 live every Saturday evening, and then, of course, the repeat is Sunday mornings at 9 a.m. So the Hillbillies call the timeout. They're going to have about, Bill, I'm guessing about a minute and a half.
If that much, yeah. Yeah, and what they're hoping, obviously, is that they can block the kick or run it back or do something real spectacular and get in scoring position, but
they'll have 2 timeouts.
They still have 2 timeouts. The game so far has only taken about 40 to 45 minutes since the opening kickoff. Most of the game has been played on the ground. Just a couple of passes, one long successful pass by Glen Ridge, and I don't know if Verona's been able to complete a pass.
I'm thinking back, and I don't believe they have. All right, big situation here, because the snap is the key at this point in the game. It's a high snap, but not that bad. Bensaveni brings it down and kicks it right down the middle of the field. No contact, so no penalty. And it will be downed by the Ridgers. The snap again was the key. It was just slightly high, but Bensaveni able to easily handle it. And now Verona will have a long way to go. Not that they can't do it, but they don't have the great breakaway threats, at least that we've seen so far in this game. And, of course, the field conditions limit that kind of activity.
And don't get me wrong. I think that Anico has got good speed. He's not a slugfight. He can run, but he doesn't have the speed, I think, that Corbett Jones has.
Not very many in the Colonial Hills have the speed that Corbett Jones have. That's why he was all-conference in track last year. Even running on this unusual track here at Harrell Field. Let's talk just for a moment, us 2 track guys. This is one of the most unusual track surfaces because it's not an oval. It's more like a
circle, half oval.
Okay.
It's a good. I thought when I came down here and started coaching track, all tracks should be this way. I like this track. I like the straightaways, coming off that one big turn.
Yeah, but you've got 3 straightaways. The only track with 3 straightaways.
And everybody else worried about it. We never had to worry about it. We were used to it,
Anico to the outside.
We had a home track advantage.
No doubt about that. Some great track athletes through the history here at Glen Ridge, and in particular, last year, the girls were an outstanding team. The King sisters come to mind.
I don't think there's another team in the state, I have to say this as long as you mention track, that has won 10 consecutive state championships. Glen Ridge did it. 10 consecutive state championships.
First down for the Hillbillies. Anico bounces off the middle of the pack. And a timeout being called for by Verona.
Yeah, I don't know why. Enthusiasm. They want to win. They want to get down there again.
Well, Coach Kaplanovich coming out. If he's got a big play in the book, it might be time for it. They do trail by 1.
Not over here, not down at this part of the field.
And the best news of all.
What's that?
Well, a PSE&G truck has arrived. Now, when they will be able to get their work done, we don't know, but at least they're on site. Speaking of being on site, we were up at Verona a few days ago to watch their boys soccer team in action against Whippany Park. It's already been seen a few times on TV3. You will get another opportunity to watch it. Whippany Park against Verona boys soccer here on TV3.
I wonder if we're going to be able to see the second half of this game, Paul.
I would hope so. I would hope the people from the electric company are able to do their job. Hey, I get my dividend check in time. I hope they can get the box fixed in time. Another plug for free economics and capitalism here on Suburban Cable. All right, 2nd and 9 for the Hillbillies. Let's see if they opt to go to the air. Yes, Martino rolling right.
Good faker. Good runner, too. And he throws the ball.
Throws on the run. It is incomplete. His intended receiver was Jennings. He rolled out. Jennings was covered closely. So Martino really made the wise choice, Bill. He just threw that one away into the sidelines.
Throwing a leather football, you know, a leather football that's wet is a tough thing to do. I had a quarterback once, was a great quarterback. Name was Quarter. In any case, we had a game, and it was a day very similar to this, maybe even a little wetter, and he was a great passer, but he couldn't throw the ball. I went to look at his hands for the first time. His fingers were about an inch long, you know. He couldn't hold the ball, so we just scrapped our passing game.
3rd and 9. Let's see if Verona's going to scrap the passing game here. They're going to go with the quarterback eligible, Martino, on the receiving end. He's forced out of bounds. I believe it was Anico with the pass. Not only do we have a poor view of the game because of us being forced from the press box, but all the numbers, at least those on the Verona side, are getting a little bit smeared because of the muddy conditions.
That was a throwback to the quarterback. Quarterback pitches out, and then he wanders up to the left. Now that's a good play, you know, if you've run the pitch a few times, and they're ganging up on your pitch man. Anico, I guess, was the pitch man.
Anico did make the pass. D'Angelo with the punt, and there's a penalty on the play. Roughing the kicker on the play. I'm going to assume that there was contact made to D'Angelo. So less than a minute to go, certainly, but it will be Verona who will retain possession. There's the call, personal foul, roughing the kicker. So the Hillbillies will retain possession. What does that mean? It means that in these closing seconds, Verona now at least has possibly 4 more opportunities to air out the football if they want to look for the end zone.
It'd be nice to know how much time we're left.
We are told that there are 3 seconds left.
One play.
One play. Will it be the pass, or will Verona choose to just run the football out? They trail at this point 7-6.
Unless there's a defensive penalty again, and then the game won't end. There'll be another play.
Again, the penalty, roughing the kicker. It is the 3rd penalty against Glen Ridge.
Let's see how far Joe Martino can throw the ball now.
Well, we're going to have a moment to talk about it because the Ridgers want to call a time. They had 2 left. They want to talk this one over, set a prevent-type defense. So 3 seconds to go. At least that's the unofficial call we get from the bench.
He's got to throw it about 50-some yards in order to get it in the end zone. It'd be hard for even me to throw the ball that far in weather like this with a wet leather ball. I used to take a daylight today, Paul, and I'd use a rubber ball. I wouldn't use a leather ball.
You know what? Why don't you tell us real quick before the half ends what you would do to get your players accustomed to playing in the rain?
Well, we used to practice in the rain, and my kids got to feel that they were mutters. Every one of them. They'd love the rain. They'd see it rain, and oh boy, it's our day, you know. We're mutters. We can't lose. There's no question about it. Because when it rained in practice, we'd make it a fun day, and the kids would have a great time. Now, come the end of the year, you know, and it'd rain, and I wouldn't want to get out in the rain. But they, come on, Coach, it's raining. Let's go. Let's have fun. And I'd say, oh, no. I said, we're going to chew up the field, you know. By that time, we had established the mental fact that we were good mutters.
All right, here we go. Possibly the last play of the half. Martino pitches it back. Anico throws just off the fingertips of Ferguson. He slips on the play. So no matter what they did during practice, you told them they were great.
Oh, they were mutters, no question about it. And we had fun. They thought that they could be great in the mud, you know. They were mutters.
Well, the mud has been the story, and the story is Glen Ridge 7, Verona 6. We will take a short break, and we'll be back. Boy, I hope from the press box after this short break.